Hey, this is RJ Zoha from Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood and Superstar, and I have the superstars of Jinglebid right here with me, Srivas Sir Venkatesh, but he told me to call him KV, and we have Sudarshan Sir and Krishnan Sir with us. Hi guys, welcome.
Hi, Zoha.
Thank you for
Hey.
having us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, KV. And you know what? Before I actually start off asking questions about, what you guys do and all of that, please tell me about Jingle Bit. Like, who came up with this name, first of all, and what is the story behind it?
Jinglebid, even though we kind of the product, it's like what they say, a COVID baby. This is a COVID startup. Okay,
Okay.
kind of started right in the middle of it, but this has been a product that has been in the making, right from the thoughts to the inception to the tech work and everything that has been done. It had been a 2 year journey before we actually kick-started it in 2020. The original thought actually, Sudarshan came up with that idea, and I mean Sudarshan has been working with me for a long time. We both have been working with, building multiple startups in the past.
Okay.
And one of those days, he was just talking to me, and he said, "Sir, this is what I'm thinking in my mind. What do you think about this?"
Okay.
Sounds interesting. Let's sleep over it. Let's think about it. Let's talk more about it because that's what we do. When we sit there, when we're together, when we go for our walks together, we talk about ideas. So we said, okay, no, let's talk more about this. It sounds really interesting. So
Yeah.
and then a few days later, there was an incident that happened for me, and
Uh-huh.
I needed to get something real quick, but I was out of town, and but luckily I have contacts around my house whom I could pick up the phone and call, and things happened in a matter of hours. And like I started the whole process at 5 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, the phone got delivered in my house. Okay, and
Wow.
I didn't even have to pay them because I knew them, and I came back and paid. So, but I was thinking, no matter what level of e-commerce that we have today, this could not have happened with Amazon, Flipkart, or any of these guys. I don't have a problem naming these other people because I'm
Right.
not bad mouthing them here.
Right.
So it could not have happened anywhere else. And we have a wonderful ecosystem. And when I came back, I called up Sudarshan. Sudarshan, I think we need to get the ball rolling on your idea, right? So that's how we started. And while we were doing it, we had numerous experiences which kind of validated that we were doing the right thing. And Sudarshan came up with the idea, and it was the name, everything. It was his thoughts on it, and me and him started off together. And then we had, KV and Sri was two wonderful young people. I'm an old guy, by the way. So join us,
Yes.
part of the team, and it's been an excellent journey. And we never thought the thought process that we had could really have such an impact on
Right.
what people really want. And we were addressing a real pain point. And here we are. And, we are just scratching the surface of what can be done with Jinglebit. And I think we are looking for really wonderful times ahead.
Awesome. Krishnan sir, I think that was a wonderful introduction to Jinglebit. But you know what? A lot of people watching this might still be a little confused about what Jinglebit is actually trying to solve, right? So can you guys tell me a little bit more about what your company is trying to solve for people out there?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
so Jinglebid, we started with the concept of reverse auction.
Right.
So reverse auction is nothing new with our way of buying. So it's just the Indian way of buying things, right? So whenever wanted to buy something, we check with multiple stores, right?
Yeah.
For checking out whether we are getting the best price in the market, right?
Right.
So that's how the thought process originated. And it's very simple. So whatever the product you want, can come to the app. You can start an auction for that, and this particular request will go to multiple sellers near to you. Let's say you want to buy an iPhone, right? So you
Okay.
select a product of iPhone in the app, and whoever the seller having that particular product will get a chance to bid for that product. So they will compete on the pricing, and you will get to know what are the prices you can get near to you. And once you accept the best deal, we make sure that the product directly get delivered to you. So it's the Indian way of e-commerce, where we bring in local commerce, where we connect the demand and supply locally,
Yeah.
and we are trying to get you the reverse auction, which is a comparison thing we do before buying anything. And these are the two pillars. And the third one, which we were very proud of, right, is demand driven. So
Okay.
whatever the current e-commerce is supply driven, where a product is being sold at a particular price and particular
Yeah.
availability in
Yeah.
different locations. But in our thing, you can start an auction for any product,
Okay.
and we'll make sure we get you the best price and best seller for it. So
Okay.
that's the
That's
yeah.
really nice, Sudarshan sir. So how long does this process actually take?
So it depends. So we have multiple auction span.
Right.
Mostly, it before 24 hours, the entire process gets over. Let's say you want to buy a phone, you start an auction now. Within a couple of hours, you'll get prices from different vendors,
Right.
and once you accept the best deal, it get
See,
delivered
that's a
with
key USP for us in the sense that
Right.
e-commerce today is adapted from what worked in the West, where they are used to traveling 20 miles and
Yes.
shopping once a week for everything that they want.
Yes.
And that's how they were organized.
Yeah.
Whereas the way the Indian ecosystem is that in 15 minutes around your house, you literally can find anything that you want.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we want to tap into that local network. We
Mhm.
want to really get that cornerstone network onto the digital revolution that's happening today and give them an opportunity to compete, which they're not probably having right now. So in fact, when you talk to our sellers, you understand how much value we are able to add to them because they're happy. We're literally pushing leads to them. We're able to give them demand information that they don't
Right.
know otherwise.
That is awesome,
So
KV. Yeah, but you
yeah,
know what? Like as a startup, I'm sure you guys, did your best and you like put in more than your 100% and launched the whole platform, right, for people. But how has the response been? Like, how did you feel when you get like your first customer on board, like your first client on board, and how did that feel?
exciting. It's always extremely happy to see. So we have a dashboard at the back end where we're following leads. I think Sriva sits on that dashboard more than any of us.
Yeah.
But
And he's been the
when
most quietest. He's been quietly here.
Sriwas is the target guy. He is in charge of target.
Yeah.
That's all he sees, the dashboard. He looks at the dashboard before he goes to bed. Looks at it. Even though nothing changes from the time he goes to bed and gets up in the morning, it's still dark. No.
Yeah. Shriva sir, come on, go ahead and tell us. How do
Yeah,
you feel?
that's the fun, So as KV was telling, every time a deal goes through, that's the fun. So we go inside, see who was the customer, what was the price at which the MRP is, what is the price the sellers are giving, how fast we were able to give. So we are trying to make sure that we give ASAP. So as Krishnan sir told an idea when he got a phone within 3 hours, that is what we are trying to become to. And trust me, we are being able to do that quite often times, at least in the city scenario, because the most important thing, as what KV said, is we are trying to trigger the corner store. So the point is, if you want, so if you want to buy a phone today, and you know that your target price is something which you will compare it with the current e-commerce guys who are there, and the problem is we never take time and go to and talk to the sellers to tell them that, boss, this is the price I'm expecting, what the current guys are giving. That's the same thing which we are doing. So hence the customers are seeing a lot of value, and hence the sellers are seeing a lot of value. The seller who is just off your street is being rewarded by an order. The customer who never knew that there was a seller just off your street is getting the most least price and being delivered so nicely. So
I think
actually,
I really think that's the most exciting part, right? It is the most exciting
Absolutely.
part. But you know what? Like when I see the platform, or like when I see it from a third person's point of view, right? It all looks so amazing. So like, the end product is what I see. But I want you guys to explain what are the difficulties or the challenges that you guys faced in actually creating this platform.
So,
Well,
I Go ahead.
no, well, as far
Or
as challenges, I won't say there are. I don't want to use the word challenges per se,
Okay.
because, as I said initially, it's exciting because this is our idea and we are trying to solve one puzzle after the other as we are
Right.
getting along our numbers
Yeah.
through in and throughout. But then,
yes,
just yeah,
sorry.
just to give you a perspective. So because we are trying to change a purchasing behavior of a customer,
Mm-hmm.
what you would do in a typical e-commerce is something different. You will book, put it in your cart, and then do the payment right away and come out of it. We are trying to change the whole purchasing behavior here. So hence, we are trying to educate our customers that this is what it is. You got to wait for you to get the best price. You could get a best price within 30 minutes. You could get a best price within, as Sudarshan said, 24 hours. But you got to wait to understand, you'll get a best price. And we are
But the
trying to
key thing
change the
is the
purchasing behavior.
entire turnaround time is going to be a lot shorter
Mm-hmm.
than what it would be elsewhere. So
Right.
education, there are many challenges. It's definitely not a walk in the park. I would say that. Okay, so we have an education that's going on with our consumers, to whom we need to make them understand that this is a wonderful thing that is coming down. I know, yes, it's a lot different than what you are used to today,
Yeah.
but try this out. Give us an opportunity to see how this is how you have been doing. Your parents have been doing. Your grandparents have been doing shopping, and you can
Absolutely.
do it the same way, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And on the other side, if you look at it, now we got the suppliers. Now they are so tuned into, sir, what is this online thing? Sariya varla, idu varla. So we tell them, okay, no. We go tell them, we need to be there, sit with them, the process, because in a different thing, they need to showcase their inventory, they need to do different things different ways. Here, it's completely different. They need to be active, So, and they love it now because of the integrations that we have given them, that, every time it's like a guy walking into their store, which they never have that in the other experiences, or the other online engagements that they have here. So it's like when they keep seeing like 4 or 5 leads coming every day, they try to close.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That is a new
Yeah.
experience that they never thought that they would have.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yes, it was not a walk in the park, and I think we would have to face these things when we enter newer markets in India itself. But hopefully, when we cross those barriers of a few cities, it would become a lot more easier for us. Is what
Absolutely.
we are
So,
thinking.
what was actually your most, say, difficult region to get to crack through?
at the
Making the
moment we
sellers
are
bid on their own, actually. I would say was one of the things. I'm sure Sudarshan, probably these guys handle operations on a day-to-day basis. They could talk a lot more in detail. But I would say, making the sellers, because you got to be active. When, as a consumer, you go and place an order or an auction for something, there are 5 people near you who know that they have the product. It's just that it should become second nature for them to see, hey, you know what, a lead has come and let me bid.
Yeah.
So making that a second nature for them was probably one of the biggest things, which accomplishments we think that we have had in the last 6 months. Turning that around in Chennai, at least, most of the sellers would know us, and they're looking for leads that come in. So, Sudarshan, you want to add more to it, you guys?
Exactly. Those are the right points. Actually, what happens is we are a hybrid platform. So we have this online interface, and the offline sellers are the one who is providing the service, right?
Right.
So previously, the businesses like restaurants are used to it. Like whenever they receive an order from Swiggy, they know how to react to it, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it should have been a challenge for Swiggy for this transformation in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So those are the challenges we are facing with the offline stores currently.
Right.
So we have to educate them. This is going to be the future, and also it's not going to be. You don't need to have the supply all the time, right? So you can first get the demand. Let's say someone who's looking for a phone, and you can check with your dealer and make the arrangements and get the supply chain working. So it's that's the best part of this thing. And in the offline world, after the COVID and pandemic and all those stuff, these are the people who were highly affected, right?
Yes.
So these are the support system we are building for them to distribute the demand.
But we honestly believe this is the future in the sense that I mean, we're not reinventing the process itself. Like we've been talking about,
Right.
people spend that time to make that decision.
Right.
They go online to find the price, or you climb up 10 stores to find the price. I'm saying, come here, we'll do it easier for you. It's just the fact that I'm not changing the process, I'm making it easier for you. But that itself is always a hard sell. Like I'm sure email, when it came out, faced its own problems, and snail mail was still recognized as a better form.
Yes.
But it took that time to adapt. So we believe this is the future. In the same way for the seller as well. It's not a change in process. He was doing the same haggling with the guy walking into his store. He was still making the same arrangements. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's just that now he has to participate in a different platform. It eventually will make it easier. It will make it far more efficient and will make them more happy in the process. But it's just that switch.
Absolutely.
I would just like to, I mean, just a point here of what, you spoke about region per se.
Yes.
I just want to pick up there and then tell you how we have been effective enough during these pandemic times in particular areas where there were, quite a few. I mean, if you are in a town between, say, Madurai and Thoothukudi, and you want to find, a best price for a bike which you want to buy, what you need to do, you need to go to Madurai dealership one, Thoothukudi dealership one, go hard negotiate a couple of times, and then you find out which is the best price you will get.
Absolutely.
Everything happens in our app right away. So that's the context which we are trying to drive. We are trying to make it so easy for the customer sitting at home, that you during these tough times,
Absolutely.
that customer can make a decision based on the prices which he's getting, not just the prices, right? So you would have a lot of other doubts like எனக்கு அந்த seat cover free-ஆ கிடைக்குமா, எனக்கு helmet free-ஆ கிடைக்குமா, we in India want purchasing
we want value
behavior
add all the time.
Absolutely.
We are value shoppers. That's what I would not call a cheap shopper. We are value shoppers. We want to make sure we make our rupee go all the way.
Yes.
So everything is tick of a box there. So everything is being dealt through us, and we have sold quite a lot of bikes, quite a lot of cars in the past few months. That's so amazing. Which if you ask us when we started, where will we be doing it, we were not knowing, and now we are doing a lot of different things, and it gives so much of value and to the customers, and it makes us easier for the customers also.
Absolutely. I feel like this is so amazing because it like saves so much of your time and effort. Like you don't have to go to so many shops and check and then buy. But you know what? As KV actually said that this is the future, and I totally like believe and agree with you on that. So what are you guys planning for Jinglebid? Like say in the next 12 to 18 months, what's new? What's coming up?
So we are in expansion mode. Currently we are expanding to Bangalore market.
Okay.
And what we are really proud of about Jinglebid, it's an original product. So whatever the product currently we are using on a day-to-day basis, it can be a replica of whatever been executed in any other region. Let's say it can be a rail heading app or an e-commerce app or anything. Right? But Jinglebid is an original product.
Yes.
So it's completely built on a different process structure. So it will take some time for public acceptance, but this is the way they're going to buy, right?
Yes.
So we are trying to build a better interface between the buyer and seller, and making a very, very simple interface even for the seller, right? Seller, let's say you can go and tell him that you can now sell in online, but only few people know how to sell in online. market. Even I don't know how to sell in Amazon or any other e-commerce. So it has to be a super simple interface where they can directly interact with the end user. But the other plus point about our interface is it's a neutral marketplace, right? So we give level playing ground for sellers of all size. It can be a small seller or big seller. And for the buyer, till he accepts the particular deal, he will not be aware of who the seller is. The only information they could see is what price they are giving and what is the rating. So this transparency level gives a level playing ground for sellers of all size. So we wanted to create different interesting tools and everything that could enable this particular process and make it really smooth and seamless. So that's what
awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? The people of Bangalore are going to be so excited about this because the Bangalore traffic is so bad.
Exactly. We want to make this a Namma Bengaluru app. You know, we want to touch all strides of Bangalore. You know, we really want to make it a Karnataka-wide app, touch people from all walks of life. You know, not just the tech people, not just the younger generation, not just the older generation. People from everywhere. We just that's the thing. Our goal in the next 3 to 4 months, like you asked us, what's your plan in the next 12 to 18 months, right? Yes. So 12 to 18 months in today's world is too long for us to think about. Okay. So what we want to start is we have just initiated our presence in Bangalore. We want to be there, and we want this to be the #1 app for Bangalore. That's our immediate thing. And not just Bangalore, for Karnataka as well. So in the next probably 18 months, we probably want to be pan-India. So that's the end goal. That's starting at the end. There are many phases to go in between from here to there.
Absolutely. And I think next 18 months pan-India, it's definitely doable. I mean, at the rate you guys are going. And I'm just wondering, you know, how is your business module like? I mean, you did explain how you guys work and everything, but what actually generates revenue for you guys as a company?
So we have we're talking about a few things in terms of revenue. Obviously, there is a take rate that we charge on the product itself, which is one of the major or the baseline revenue that we're looking at. But we are looking at other revenue streams in this. One of the things that we're looking at, which we think will add a lot of value, is in terms of NBFC integrations, because a lot of people who come in don't have a credit card, but are still looking for some kind of an EMI option to be given to them. Yeah. So even at the back end, your corner store sellers don't have the capability to stretch their capital beyond a point. So if we can facilitate this and add value over there. So we at the core of this believe that revenue should come out of value added services rather than just something that we want to pick off from where it's available. Absolutely. So we want to curate these as we go along, specific to the places that we're implementing these in.
Absolutely.
Currently, we are more of growth focused more than revenue. So we wanted to wow the customer. That's what we are focused on.
Yay! And I think you guys are doing such a wonderful job.
Yeah, we can also probably roll out an offer if people who are watching this video and gives Fever FM 500, we can give 500 free cashback directly to the customers. So we are rolling out the offer to you directly.
Oh my God, guys, you need to check out.
Did you get approval from finance?
Approved. Blanket approval.
You got like a spot approval. No need of mails or anything. You got it right here.
That's the key of our team. You know, the four of us. You know, we make all of us sync so well that you know one guy thinks the other guy is already halfway through it. The other guy is already executed it. You know, that's how. That's the one reason why we have been super successful. Yeah, absolutely.
It's borderline romantic, but it's not.
Good one, Kavi. All right, cool. This was awesome. It was really, really nice chatting with you guys. And is there anything else that you guys want to add?
I would just like to
say, everyone hearing this, please check out the app, try it out, help your corner stores help us
And
out in
basically,
growing.
there was a void in the market, right? So we were looking for an e-commerce app that is completely built in India and completely backed by Indian people, and
Right.
it supports the local e-commerce. I mean, local
Absolutely.
economy, right? So I think that's the agenda of in Jinglebid, and we are at right time at right place, and we cannot ask a better country than India to launch this product. So we are very proud of it.
One more thing I would like to add, though we spoke about
Yes.
Bangalore, but we started from Chennai, and the
Yes.
Chennai of people of Chennai and Tamil Nadu have been so kind in helping us getting all of our targets being achieved. So thanks to them. I would also tell them that if they want to use more, we are here. We are home ground. We are from Chennai. We are from Tamil Nadu. So yeah, help us that all of us grow together. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The
And I
key thing
think,
is,
yes.
just the last word
Yep.
is like, we are very emotional people, right?
Okay.
At the end of the day, Indians we are very emotional people. So, and nothing wrong with that. It's great. We are human beings are meant to be emotional. Okay, else we'll all be giant robots, right? So
Yeah.
the beauty about this is, it connects everybody to their part of the world, which is where their corner stores. So you're being part of the ecosystem. If you're experiencing, what people have done it before, but with newer technology and with ability and access to those things, and everyone could be proud and connected with their own region, with their own people. It is a social economic change. This is what I would say.
Absolutely. And you rightly said, we are very emotional people. Yeah. And with that, I think we can wrap this up. Seriously, it was very, very nice chatting with you guys. And to everybody who's watching, I
Thank
would
you.
urge you guys to just go and download Jinglebid. I did just now. I downloaded the app, and you guys can also go check out www.jinglebid.com. All the details are in the description below. And yes, thank you so much, Srivas, KV, Sudarshan, and Krishan sir. You guys were amazing, and I think you guys explained it in such like layman terms that anybody watching this would understand what this is all about. So Jinglebid is an amazing platform, amazing app, and I am sure to be using it because like you said, we are emotional people.
Yeah.
But also
Don't forget the Fever FM 500 coupon.
Yes, absolutely. And also, it does save a lot of time, a lot of effort. And I think in this day and age, this is so needed, and it is the future, like KV said. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me. It was lovely chatting with you. And this is me, Zoha, signing off. I will see you on the other side.
Thank you, Zoha.
To
Thank you. Thank you,
P191.9
Zoha.
FM.
All
Bye.
right.